You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 454, recorded July 2023, posted June 2024. Fern Gully Bat.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a Dungeon Master, and today we are playing Curse of Strahd. Our players are deep in the basements of Ravenloft looking for the cursed one himself, Strahd von Zarovich. But I get ahead of myself. Allow me to introduce our players. They will introduce their characters, and then we will get into it. First up, Dan Morin.
Hello, it is I. I play Castan Onatar's Crucible Warforged, cleric of the god Onatar, who is the god of the Forge. Crucible uses they, them pronouns. I use he, him pronouns. And I am sporting this lovely cap, which our video watchers can see.
Next up, it's Aline Sims.
Hello, I'm playing Imra Soliana, the Wood Elf Ranger, and her trusty pup Androdite. We all use she, her pronouns.
Also joining us, Micah Sargent.
Ahoy! I play Elevor Landman, the half-elf druid, as well as Samus, the saber-toothed tiger, and I also play Danu, the fey mimic octopus. Samus uses she, her pronouns. Elevor and who? Wait, just me. That's me. Ha, he, him.
I thought I had seven more animal companions.
I know there are two who use he, him pronouns, but I know that Danu doesn't really care about pronouns. You can use whichever or any or none if you want.
All right. Also joining us, Erica Ensign.
Hello. I play Brildish, the Dwarven Paladin. Her pronouns, like mine, are she, her. Brildish also has a celestial pony named Pony Cindelard, whose pronouns are he, him. Yeah, I'm also wearing a hat. It's not technically my birthday anymore, but we're still celebrating.
It's your birthday observed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also joining us, it's Jane Ritt.
Hello, I play Lena Dulina, the human rogue. We both use she, her pronouns. And I am wearing a yacht captain's hat.
Oh, you fancy.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
not
I'm
just a
coming from
captain's hat.
Flavortown.
It's a yacht captain's hat. Way to one up the other captain's hats.
She's a real beauty, Tony.
Okay. I'll take your word
she's
for it.
yar.
Watch out for orcas.
Oh.
All right, so our adventurers, you have traveled up to the spires of Ravenloft and now down to the deep catacombs below the larders of Ill Omen. It's an actual thing that we did before, people. You have reached the catacombs of Ravenloft. Buried deep beneath the castle walls lie these ancient catacombs where arch ceilings supported by wide, hollow columns that double as crypts. Cobwebs hang limp in the musty air. A thick fog clings to the floor, which is covered in putrid waste. And the black ceiling is moving above your heads as the catacombs are home to thousands of vampire bats.
What did I say
This
about
is
bats?
a place.
It's lovely.
This is a place you have chosen to come of your own accord because you hope to find, Strahd von Zarovich here somewhere. The catacombs kind of sprawl out ahead of you. So you have entered via the tower hallway on kind of the west side of the catacombs. The catacombs go to the east and to the north and south. And basically on the map, you're going to see lots of little squares. Those are the columns that support the ceilings of the catacomb. But each column is in itself a crypt. And with many of them have things written on the outside and kind of a slab-like door that is visible to you from where you are. So let me just make sure that I've trimmed enough of the map to make so that you can see some of the doors.
Elevor whispers to the group, "Listen, if you find yourself within 30 feet of the enemy and you hear me shout bubbles, I need you to avert your eyes. Trust me."
Trust me.
Broldish nods very seriously
Kind of
at Elevor.
side eye.
Noted.
There are those who say you are never more than 30 feet from an enemy.
Certainly in this castle.
They're like spiders that way.
Lena draws her
Like
blade.
giant spiders.
Or a potential enemy.
The
I
enemy is
suppose.
yourself. So, yeah.
A question, Tony. Using
Okay.
my archaeologist background, can I discern any sort of stop laughing?
Help it.
Can I discern any sort of system to the layout of the catacombs? Is there any rhyme or reason to how things are arranged?
Yeah, so you're going to have to move into the catacombs to do that.
Well, son of a gun.
Sorry.
Lena's going to, I think, listen. We'll use
See
that
if you can
sense
hear
first.
from
Just
listening
listen.
to like
You listening.
listen for the
you-
structure of the
That's
catacombs.
28 listen check for her
28
to listen.
chat. There's just like this weird kind of soft kind of crunchy noise of the bats shifting around on the ceiling.
I wish I hadn't
Kinda-
heard that.
Rustly.
As Broldish, I say to everyone, I have this magic oil that I really want to add to apply to my sacred axe to make it, in the best possible shape for Hala to help me out here. But I'm going to need a whole minute to do that, and I don't want to spend a bunch of battle time to make that happen. So what do you all think? Do you think that we're close enough? It lasts for a whole hour after it's been applied.
I think
Is now the
this
time?
is
I think
perhaps the
so.
best opportunity we
Yeah.
might have
Yeah.
for you to do that uninterrupted.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
All right. If you would all just for a minute, just bring Hala into your heart as much as as possible. I know some of you worship other deities, but Broldish kneels down and applies it very carefully and prays. Like, this poor axe is so pitted. It's like the oil keeps getting caught in like the pits and the rust and stuff, and it's like, no, there's no rust. She keeps the rust off.
Crucible will put like their hand on Broldish's shoulder as she does this, and
That means a lot. She appreciates it.
Yeah, and Lena is like clearly engaged and like thinking about she's trying to keep in mind a montage of all of the guys that Broldish has absolutely obliterated through the
I love
course
it.
of the adventure together.
That is great. Yeah, so that actually brings the axe up to it's supposed to be +3. It's a +2. Because that
things happen.
black pudding. Yep.
Yeah.
So, but still, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's just as good as this other axe that's just on our back.
Even better. We all agree.
It is better because I can swing it with one hand instead
and
of having
it's-
to use two.
And
This
it's your,
shield
it's
is also very
your
important.
axe, Broldish.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This axe is. Oh, I get it.
All right. You're still standing in the stairs looking at the catacombs.
Shall
Okay,
we move forward quietly?
Yes.
Do we need some light?
I'm afraid that's going to
Wake the bats?
cause bats to.
I just
Mhm.
I just assumed that you had some light source, otherwise
We
you
have to
wouldn't have
have
been able to
something.
see anything that I described to you.
What are those sun sticks again? Boomsticks?
Sunrise,
things.
I believe.
Yeah.
Sunrise, which I don't think technically even exists in 5e,
Lena
but I will.
unsheaths her sword that casts
Yeah.
light.
Yeah, I can
Yes,
I
there
can
you go.
cantrip some light too.
A nice,
so-
Yeah.
lovely glow that doesn't
Yeah.
get the bats all riled
Yeah,
up.
it definitely, the bats are aware of you, but I think the key would be, I think you are limited in terms of your ability to cast spells that have a large area of effects in here without incurring the annoyance of the bats. Looking at you, Thunderwave. So,
Did you say cast Thunderwave?
if you want to fight
Nope.
infinite
Nope,
bats,
nope,
yeah.
nope, nope, nope.
Oh,
We
okay.
didn't
Yeah,
say
bats.
that.
Quick reminder that Broldish also made a whole bunch of stakes out of the pews from the chapel and has handed them out. So everybody has probably like
You
at
get
least
some stakes.
5.
and you
These
get
are
I thought
undercooked.
Broldish had made everyone steaks,
Yeah.
like grilled, and I was like, "Wow,
Aw.
Broldish is so great."
These are
That's
Yeah.
for
He's a great
after.
friend.
That's going to be the victory barbecue.
Mm.
Tony, these
The
should be
other
close to
kind
your
of
heart.
steaks.
Close to your heart. They're Omaha steaks.
Mm.
Oh, they come in a bundle of 3, so I'm going to add a bundle.
Okay, there you
I'm going
go.
to add 2 bundles of 3. I've got 6
There you go.
steaks.
Oh, in my head, Elevor is wearing them in a bandolier too, right? Like across.
I mean,
across
Broldish
his chest.
is.
That's pretty cool. All
All
right,
right.
I'm
You've
gonna.
almost entered the catacombs.
Crucible will take a step forward into the catacombs peering
All right.
around and investigating and trying to figure out which way they might need to go.
Sure.
I don't see Samus. If Samus
Where?
could join the party.
Could be under someone. Check under Arigal. There.
Oh,
There they
that's
are.
yep.
Oh, someone found a
Arigal,
pony
stop
too.
riding Samus.
Arigal, I told you about riding Samus.
Um,
Do you remember what I said?
so Crucible,
You
looking
said
around,
it's
there
awesome.
No, I said don't ride Samus.
there are stairs, there are kind of the twisty passageways around the catacombs going in every direction. I think, based on your architectural knowledge, it is unlikely that Strahd would be in one of these kind of mundane crypts that is built into the architecture of the catacombs. Likely, he would be somewhere probably more ornate.
We're looking for something more grandiose.
Yeah. Looking around, there are two crypts kind of near you, one to the northeast, one to the southeast. They do both have names, and they have things inscribed over the kind of door to the crypt. It does not seem like there's any rhyme or reason in terms of when or where people are interred. So there's not graveyards, frustratingly, are not alphabetical. So, yeah.
They tend to be somewhat chronological, I feel like.
Yeah, chronological, yes, but people don't die in alphabetical order, usually.
It's true.
Not yet.
Can we do some perception checks?
Strahd's only
to-
partially dead, so...
Brildish turns to Lena and says, Lena, your little shadow friend, do you think that they might have any... I'm talking about the dragon.
Yep.
Do you think
Not
they might
Oracle.
have any connection to Strahd that they might be able to... Brildish doesn't say feel the vibes, but that's what I'm saying. Like, determine which direction the crypt of Strahd's brother
If we had
might
something
be.
that belonged to Strahd, could the dragon sniff it?
Oh, so
The whole
cute.
castle belongs to him.
So Lena lifts up. She usually wears like a burgundy cape over one shoulder. She sort of lifts up the corner of it, and it seems like the dragon mostly just hides in the negative space back there. It sort of pops up, and how would she try and communicate to it to know where Strahd is? She rolls a performance check to mime to her dragon that she's looking for Strahd.
Yeah.
That's an
enemy.
11. She's still kind of new to like expressive art, you know?
The little kind of smoke flame dragon kind of looks around and seems uncertain.
It's worth a shot.
Can I
So
roll a
then
straight up?
she lifts the cape back up and it scuttles back in.
Sure.
Thanks anyway, Brildish says.
I've rolled a underwhelming 12 on perception to see if I can
I'll
suss
do a
out
perception as
anything.
well.
Mhm.
And Samus will help me.
I'm going to roll religion because burials.
24! 20 on the
okay.
die.
Wow.
It's better than my 13 religion.
So Elevor is quickly going around and looking at all of the different doors that are within, a certain distance to see if he finds anything that's worth.
Yeah. So Elevor, as you move forward, you notice just slightly north of you, there is a crypt, and the door to this crypt is open. So before you even get that far, this
Okay.
do you all see a white rectangle?
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Yes.
that door is open. But I would be happy to read you a variety of names from other crypts if that would make you happy.
What would make me happy is the most important information. And I have a feeling it is not knowing the names on the other doors.
Oh, well,
Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Well,
Look, I rolled a 20. I rolled a nat 20. So Toady, take that and just do the right thing.
I will
That's all
also-
I have to say.
does he see Piddlewick?
Let me just check. I don't think you see Piddlewick anywhere around here. You seem to be. It looks like several of the crypts in this immediate area are different names, but they seem to have similar titles. It seems like these might have been people who were married to Strahd von Zarovich.
Ew.
Many of
a
them?
lot of wives
Oh,
and
so
Yeah.
like mortal
husbands.
So,
spouses.
just north of you, in fact, Elevor, where your token is right now, the crypt that is open, over the kind of the plinth, it is engraved lettering. You get close; it's hard to see until you get close, and it says Irina Kolyana, wife.
Where did it
it's
say we
open-
would end up meeting Strahd again?
With his brother.
With his brother.
Yeah,
The,
Irina's crypt is empty because we saved her.
the
Right.
crypt south of you says Patrina Velikovna, bride.
I think he has a type.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a
Gross.
Is
very
it
specific type.
Barovians?
Yeah, that was the one.
Ew.
Or reincarnated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we move forward a little
Tatiana's.
bit and check
Yeah.
the ones?
Yeah, because this right now, this is feeling like we want you to walk in here and get hurt.
Well,
What,
I
in
feel
a
like
dungeon?
If wife is straightforward, is like brother like sideways,
Or is it
like, are
straight
we in
across?
the
'Cause
wife
there's-
section?
There's a staircase. Maybe
Yeah.
it goes to
You do
fancy
notice
place.
also with your 24, I revealed a little bit more of the map. It looks like there is some kind of more elaborate set of stairs heading down. That's right, you're in the catacombs. There's still places to go down from here, everybody.
Let's go,
You
Brildish.
gotta go down to go up.
That's not accurate when you're in Ravenloft, but
You gotta go down to go down.
that is accurate.
Oh.
Do you want me to read any more names, or do you want to run for those stairs?
No, let's hear some other names.
All right. The next one, just north of you, Elevor there, this says, Artemis, builder of the keep, thou standest amidst the monuments to his life.
Cool.
Different?
South
Tilt
of
this
you,
wacky place.
yeah, south of you is Sir Eric Vonderbucks.
The money maker.
They called him Big,
I want to
Big
meet Sir
Vonderbucks.
Eric Vonderbucks. I gotta tell you.
Do you,
Yeah,
Does
sounds
he
like a
have an
hoot.
appellation underneath?
he does not. Do you want
Darn
to?
it.
Do you want to open up his crypt? Is
No.
that what you
No.
want?
No.
Take him up and meet
Kind
the
of.
man?
No.
I just need to know how that last name is spelled. It's very important to me.
It is spelled almost exactly, I think, the way you would guess. It is Sir Eric with a K, because it's Dungeons and Dragons, Vonder, Vonder, Bucks,
I love
Bucks.
it.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
It's like
Hey, I'm-
Wunderbar.
I'm reading what's written about what's inside that crypt, and I'm smiling too. So we're all having a great
That's-
time here on Total Party Kill.
Don't trust him.
Brildish is sort of hanging back and making sure that Argal and Vasilka are not like at the back.
Yep.
I don't want to get,
All right. Do you want to head
Jumped
in the
right in.
direction of those stairs? Is that what you're interested in
Yes.
exploring?
Yeah, but I think that our passive perception is also looking out for Piddlewicks.
All right, Piddlewicks.
Mhm.
But not enough to like veer from our sacred quest for
Yeah, I mean, as you
Exactly.
pass, you basically have to kind of pass through this kind of hallway formed by these 6 crypts, 3 to your north, 3 to your south. You can see, like, beyond them that there are, I don't know, there must be dozens of crypts down here to the north
Gotcha.
and south.
Okay.
They really padded out the number of rooms in Ravenloft with the crypt people. This is,
Oh, after we kill Strahd, we're checking everyone.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
think this adventure exists after we kill Strahd? I'm done.
Yes, I do.
Look at my contract.
Wrong.
That's fine. I will buy it and download the PDF and run us
Okay.
through.
Wow. Grim triggering me, Erica. All right. Lena has moved forward as the rest of you have slowly moved forward, almost caught up to where you've described yourselves as being. The next 2, these are the last 2 before it looks like there's a kind of a strange wall and a set of stairs descending to somewhere below the crypt. But looking north, Elevor, you just passed by the crypt. It says Sasha Ivliskova, wife. And south of you, these are conveniently located on different pages, so I get to flip back and forth. It is
Does it move? Does it do a cool animation when you flip back and forth between the pages?
Elevor, as you is the physical book I have animated.
like a
those
flip book.
flippy things. If you go flip, 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 flip,
It's a
and it makes
physical book that I have in real life.
and it goes like this. I'm sorry, it was a dumb joke.
All
Okay,
right.
what's to the south?
Well, just because of that, as you pass by the door to the south, you notice the name above it. This crypt is labeled Elevor Landman.
What?
Wait. I have seen this before.
Oh no, it's going to be the
open it.
Revenant.
Elevor walks closer and sniffs it, which is the equivalent of doing an Arcana check for him.
Yeah.
To smell out the magic. Sorry, Crucible, would you mind helping me with this?
Certainly.
Guidance.
And I roll a 21.
All right. It smells. You can, and this seems unusual for I don't know, a catacomb given their function, but you are overwhelmed by the smell of putrid decay as you smell at the door to a crypt that bears your own name.
So I don't sense any magic?
No, it's just a crypt.
How could they put my name on there when
Because he knows that we're here, and he probably did it to get inside of our heads.
He has been spending
He's a terrible man.
every evening carefully
But I only tell the
chiseling all of our
listeners
names.
Elevor's last name. I don't know why they told
that's true.
Strahd.
Does Strahd know
Strahd just
Elevor's last
knows.
name? I don't
The-
know.
The crypt has your name.
I don't like it.
You could open the crypt. Each crypt has a large stone slab that basically functions as a door. It turns out there's a reason that doors are doors with hinges and whatnot. It would require some strength to open, to push aside the giant stone slab that is the door. Seems like these crypts are not designed for a lot of like foot traffic coming and going.
Do we see any of the rest of our names?
Would you like to look at it? So far,
And-
Elevor is way ahead of everybody there.
Does anybody else see Elevor's name, or is that something just Elevor is seeing?
good
That's what I
question.
want to know.
Ooh.
Ooh.
If
I feel
Lena
like
Delina,
this is...
you draw closer and you see Elevor standing in front of a crypt with the name Elevor Landman carved into the wall above the crypt.
She puts her hand on Elevor's shoulder and says, I know not what matter of trick this is, but it is a trick, and we should move on.
I agree. It feels
agree.
like the good place. This is obviously Elaine. The good place where Tahani has to walk through a hallway without checking in, where she knows people are talking about her behind the doors. This is what that feels like. Like we just need to keep our eyes straight ahead and go do the thing that we
Elevor,
need to do.
Yep.
Deep in, maybe in your heart, maybe it's in one of those not so good organs, something is compelling you to open the door to this crypt. Give me a quick wisdom saving throw.
I will do that with advantage.
With
thank
advantage. You're welcome.
I'm very glad that Lena's hand is already on Elevor's shoulder,
Oh,
so
yeah.
once he starts moving, she can just yoink.
Yep.
You. That's a 27 wisdom saving throw.
All right. You know, there's a little voice that's inside your head, but you know, you are of free mind to do what you wish.
Actually, Elevor says something's off here. This crypt is trying to get me to open the door. We should move along.
Agreed.
Inside, there's a bed just waiting to be flipped.
Elevor
Whose
looks
side are you
closer.
on?
Drag him away.
Elevor looks
Drag him
closer
away.
at the no, he looks
The
closer
crypt
at
does
the,
not say
the-
anything about beds, just so we're
the
clear.
panel, and it says he died doing what he loved, flipping beds.
He flipped one bed too many.
One bed too many.
What is
All
a
right.
coffin, but not an eternal bed? Okay, let's move on.
Can we listen
but-
at the top of the stairs?
Dan, keep it light. So, all right.
Light here?
You know, you head to the top of the stairs. It looks like it is not a very long set of stairs. It is what you would call a short set of stairs with kind of a landing with big old statues
Nope.
on the
Elevor
landing. Hold on. Let me read about the statues before. Let me read to you about the statues before you nope and leave this place.
Well, we did
This-
what we could. Came as far as
Yeah.
we could. There were statues. We left when we went home.
Wide steps descend to a landing flanked by two alcoves. Within each alcove, taking up the full 30-foot height of the ceiling, is a bronze statue. These are 30-foot tall statues. You love it. They're
So
bronze
tall.
statues of a warrior holding a spear. A soft blue curtain of light flows between the two alcoves. Visible,
Buttons.
dimly visible on the other side of the curtain are more descending stairs.
Just keeps going down, huh?
Yeah, but what's this curtain?
Arcana check.
Yeah, magic experts. Maybe Crucible could help you with this one too.
Would you mind, Crucible?
Certainly not.
Oh, wow. 20. Natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crucible helps good.
Elevor does a big ol'
Have you considered that that's
whiff
magic?
of the blue. Well, okay, from a distance, does a whiff of the blue curtain of whatever. We're
All
about to
right.
find out.
Yeah, there is indeed magic here. There's kind of a curtain of energy between these two statues. It is a powerful warding magic, Elevor, that has been placed upon this rather ornate area here. And you, I think it would be safe to assume that probably people of importance or wealth or power are interred below. But in particular, this energy curtain, that's suspended between these two statues, is done such that creatures of alignment that are not good would not be able to pass beyond it.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Only good can pass?
Okay, so Elevor.
In fact, lawful good, ideally.
Wow. So Elevor lets that be known that the only way anyone can go through this area is if they are lawful good. And he says, last time I checked my notes, that's definitely not Strahd.
It's complicated.
I could go in and like take a peek and see if there's an off switch.
No one ever got murdered taking a peek.
I could
Well,
go.
if we're gonna send two people, I think sending
Crucible and-
Broldish and Crucible is.
I'm chaotic
Although
good.
I'm
so there's nothing.
lawful good. Crucible's just
No.
Are you neutral? Oh,
No,
you're lawful.
That was the
Yeah, he had a
alignment
change-
shift.
Or they had a change of heart.
I had
Yeah.
a change of heart.
I knew you shifted to good. I thought you stayed neutral.
No, because I was lawful neutral before.
Yay, friends.
Yeah, please.
All right.
Give us a shout if anything happens, and we will try to come after you.
we're getting murdered.
All right, I am leaving Pony behind.
Mm-hmm.
Because
What's Pony's alignment?
well, I mean, Pony's celestial.
Chaotic
so certainly-
awesome!
Are celestials? Wait, are celestials generally lawful, or I know they're good. I think, but I don't actually know.
Yeah, I don't
know a lot about.
Yeah,
Chaotic awesome. I love that.
I do not know.
Celestials are all super lawful, apparently.
Okay. Are they always
Okay, then-
good? Because some of them are jerks.
Celestials generally are lawful good. Devils are generally lawful evil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then
Also,
I will
just
ride
point
Pony.
out-
Chaotic.
Yeah.
Lawful good and jerks. That Venn diagram.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
overlap.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
not Brildish.
Makes
maybe,
you think.
Maybe Pony.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
All
All
right,
right.
so-
Is there an off switch on these? Statues or
Crucible, and there's not an off switch on the statues. That's
Brildish
not
is
how-
looking.
Not how statues work. Certainly not magic ones. I'll point out that this is magic, not mechanical. This is not like the working of Gond or such. But Crucible has passed through the curtain of light. Brildish, are you passing through the curtain of light?
I've paused in the middle to can I still see you through both sides?
Yeah, it's I think it's like 50% translucent, basically.
I kind of want to just sort of stay here because I don't want to lose sight. I don't want to go through and suddenly it's opaque behind me and our friends have no tanks left. So
I mean, you can see Crucible, so
I want to make sure that I can still see both.
Ask
Can you-
Crucible
Yeah,
if Crucible can
I
see
see
us.
back?
yeah,
Can I
it's a
wave?
little bit like looking through like tinted glass, basically. So don't
Yeah,
you wouldn't
Crucible,
be able to
try
read through
going
it, but
back
you
and
can,
forth.
You can see the silhouette
good
of
idea.
Brildish.
I'm on one side. I'm on the other side.
All right,
I'm on
yes,
the east bank.
yes.
I'm on the west bank.
All right, cool.
Yes, in my
We have to
Gothic horror.
test this.
No, those are good questions. That's a good.
So yes, you can it's as if it's not even there for you. You just move back and forth through
I
it.
don't have I don't have dispel magic, so I don't
do.
think there's anything I can. I mean,
What? I mean,
Brildish
Do we
says
want to investigate
Crucible.
the other side before we
Yeah, check it
start
out
burning
first, just to
spell
see.
slots?
That's true. That's a good idea.
All
All
right. Beyond having now felt certain that you'll be able to move back and forth through the curtain of energy and magic, you look beyond, and there is a short set of wide stairs descending into a somewhat ornate tomb with 2 coffins, one on the north and one on the south. This room is incredibly quiet. The walls here, the ceiling here is not covered in bats. And the architecture of this space, in fact, a little strange. On the far wall, far across from you, there are tall stained glass windows dominating the eastern wall, and through them, there's actually some like dim light that falls through, and you see these 2 coffins set atop marble slabs, and it looks like there's writing, presumably names, on the sides of the marble slabs.
This is nice.
The vaulted ceiling overhead is 30 feet high and inlaid with a beautiful gold mosaic.
I whisper to Crucible, I'm still concerned that this magical curtain is going to do something.
Let us investigate a little further to determine whether this is a place we want to go.
Right.
And then we can dispatch with the curtain if we can.
Okay.
I would like to get not all the way up to the coffins, but close enough, Tony, that I can read the text on them.
Sure. You headed for the north coffin or the south coffin?
Let's start with the north one.
All right. The north coffin, it is has a name marked with the name King Barov von Zarovich.
Barov Zarovich. Okay.
And there's a big ol', a coffin just on top of the slab.
Based on, I'm going to roll a history check based on the stuff I've picked up from my time in Barovia. That's an 18. Mm-hmm. Do I recognize this? I mean, obviously recognize von Zarovich, but do I recognize that particular name?
Yes. You would know that King Barov is Strahd von Zarovich's father.
Not brother.
That's what I thought.
Nope. His brother is Sergei von Zarovich. And so his father, Barov, was also kind of a warlord and important, powerful military leader, though that was long ago. And basically, I think you even remember from reading through Strahd's journal and other things you've learned about his history. Strahd basically conquered this land, the land that would be called Barovia, and he named it after his father. Right. And the castle is named after his mother.
I will then slide down and take a look at the name on the southern coffin.
Perhaps not too surprisingly, the name on the southern coffin is Queen Ravonia. Her last name is Van Royen.
Okay. Crucible will step down the steps back towards where Broldish is and says, I believe we have located the tomb of Strahd's parents. I'm not sure if there is any utility to be gained from it, but it does perhaps explain why it has been partitioned off from the rest of the catacombs. Perhaps Strahd himself cannot even visit this place.
That is an interesting... I like that supposition. All right,
it also means, importantly, that this could be potentially a refuge for at least some of us if need be. So perhaps leaving the curtain in place for the moment might be to our benefit.
Yeah.
Just gonna ask, were you interested at all, maybe even just architecturally, Crucible, in the fact that there were stained glass windows on the eastern wall?
I mean, we haven't left yet. Broldish was just about to ask that.
Yeah.
Just gonna say, Crucible, when you were down there a little bit closer, could you see anything out, any of the clearer bits of the windows, or alternatively, knowing your penchant for architecture, is this part of the crypts of the castle, like perhaps in the side of the cliff facing toward
underground
Barovia?
Windows,
so this would actually
all the rage. Yeah, no, I rolled an 18 on perception, Tony. What did I notice about the windows while I was in the crypt?
They're very dirty. It seems like perhaps with whatever spell keeps people who are less than lawful good has also kept the housekeeping away from here. So they're very grimy. And they are, they look like they were probably beautiful when they were well upkept, but between the stained glass nature of them and the grime on them, it's going to be hard to see out.
Can I
derive polishing
from? Can I derive from, as Broldish suggested, my knowledge of how I know the castle's laid out very confusingly? But is this possible? Are we looking out over a cliff or something like that? Is that based on the exterior of the castle? Okay.
I mean, the Castle Ravenloft does sit atop, a big cliff. Yes.
I look at Brolder and say, if we were curious further, we could potentially spend time cleaning parts of the windows. I am not sure to what ends, but if you feel there's a benefit that might be gained from that, I'm certainly willing to engage in it.
I think your idea about Strahd's parents being partitioned off from him even makes me not even want to investigate anymore. I was at first worried that maybe somehow Strahd is on the other side of those windows, perhaps, but that maybe isn't the case. So let's keep going because this oil of sharpness is running out.
All right. Pop.
All right. And so you return through the curtain that separates this realm from the rest of the catacombs, no worse for wear.
I am afraid our count is in a different crypt.
I think Elevor would be interested in basically like he was playing some RPG, wanting to map out the area that is available. But
follow the walls.
Doing so in such a way that doesn't disturb anything. And so
you don't want to open every door?
No, I think Elevor wants to turn into a bat and fly around and down like each little passageway and try to map things out.
Well, I would say
tell all the other bats he's just a bat.
Do you want to do that, or are you doing that?
Oh, sorry. I wanted to say that out loud, and then if someone was going to be like, no, for whatever reason, then I would say no.
I think that is potentially a risky idea. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but I, definitely be aware there are a lot of other bats, and they may not take kindly to interlopers.
Oh, but with my scatological proficiency, I can blend in. So Elevor reaches into a pouch and pulls out some, sort of throws it up into the air, and then he says, "It doesn't hurt," as he grows these wings and shrinks down to the size of an adorable little bat and takes off.
Oh, an adorable bat, not just a normal bat.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think all bats are adorable.
Bats are, yeah, they're.
With a little furry tummy and sparkles in his eyes.
The top
a little big.
Just so we're clear, all the other bats are mean bats with red eyes and fangs.
But this is a Disney Pixar bat.
And tattoos. Bad tattoos.
With big thighs.
Prison bat tattoos.
Yeah.
So is this Batavor?
A tier below. Yeah, I guess it's Batavor, huh?
Yeah.
With a little tier below one of their eyes.
Yeah.
So Batavor
I've been
takes
to bat
off
jail. I've seen things. Yeah.
to the north.
All right.
And starts mapping the ways.
Oh, you using echolocation, no doubt. So first off, Elevor, I'm going to give you inspiration because this is I'm not going to say best idea, least worst idea I've heard from a player in a long time.
Oh, great. Okay, thanks. I love that.
You're going to head north.
We're the least worst. We're the least worst.
Well, is perhaps stretching it.
Yeah, Micah.
Nobody said no,
least
so
worst.
And I'm going to reveal more of the map, as you can see that there are many many crypts in this catacomb, and I don't know. I'm just revealing a bunch of stuff. If you want to move your token around, I assume you want to.
He's definitely flying to the north first because that just makes the most sense in his mind.
I will tell you, you'll notice the layout is. I mean, I guess it's just this grid of crypts, but it is a little bit strange that the doors on the crypts they're not consistent about what side of the column they are on. So let me just can you actually go back to where you were and just I'll read stuff as you go.
Like here? Or did you want me to go further down?
Go further back.
Okay. So I was here, you see and then I guess I would have flown up here.
There's text wherever there's a white rectangle, basically. So you tell me which ones you want to go and check out.
Actually, here's what I was thinking. Because Elevor is a bat, bats not well known for their ability to read per se, but certainly tell the difference between things. So his glance around is less about looking for names and more about looking for a door or a sort of feature that looks different from the others. In the same way that it was like staircases that led down to the boss, the mom and dad. Maybe there are some other areas that stand out.
Here.
So, Elevor, you flap all the way around to the north. There's lots of catacombs, lots of crypts, with all kinds of strange suggestions about what might be in them. You do see there's a little strange here. There's 2 doors off to the east side that are kind of like set into the wall there. A little unsure where those would head.
Okay.
You see what looks like a door leading away from the catacombs over on the west side. In fact, 2 of those. But then I think probably what your eye would be most drawn toward on the very north side of the catacombs, past all of the crypts, there is not as ornate as the parent crypts that you saw back south, but certainly more ornate than other parts of the catacombs. There is a portcullis and then a set of stairs descending.
Okay. Elevor is taking all this information in, and now he's going to go to the south and do the same.
All right. Flop, 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 flop.
Beep, beep, beep.
And this is where I just draw more and more
Rectangles, right?
more and more rectangles. So lots of crypts.
This is such a good idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember when I gave him inspiration for it?
Yeah.
You know, I was watching some D&D the other day, and I just keep waiting for this dungeon master to grant someone inspiration for something, and I'm like, man, this guy's a hard you-know-what. Because he was not giving inspiration for anything. So,
He's hard
Tony,
to inspire.
you give inspiration more than, apparently, yes, exactly, Jane. You give inspiration more than this DM was, so I appreciate that.
I'm better than some unnamed person.
I don't want to say names because I don't want to make anyone feel bad.
I know.
Start a flame war.
All right, you flap map out the southern side.
Flap and map, baby.
Flap and map southern side of the catacomb. Somewhat similar to the north side, there's again on the far southern wall a portcullis and a set of stairs descending down. There's a variety of crypts that are the columns that hold up the catacombs. There are also, it looks like, some small at least the doors to them are not super big. Doors off around the edge of the catacomb. I will also tell you, one, because you specifically asked, this is your fault. That's a way that you can talk to people.
It's an honest way, I guess.
Yeah. One of the crypts does appear very different than all the other ones. I would say all the other ones, aside from the text on them, are more or less identical from the outside. This one in the southeast corner is different.
Okay, this one?
Yep, that one.
Okay.
And how is this crypt different from all the others?
Yes, as I ask, how is this crypt different from all of the others?
This crypt, the door is much larger than the other ones. 6 feet wide, 8 feet tall. It's basically like it is double the dimensions of the other ones.
Maybe it's for the previous Wonder Horse.
Oh, or what about Meat? No, because he's still alive.
Do you want to read the inscription?
Yeah, Elevor will a little bit closer to actually. So he latches on with his cute little paws and kind of puts his eyes up super close and tries to scan the text.
All right, the door's on this side of the crypt. And on the other side of the door, it says, Bucephalus, the Wonder Horse.
Bam.
May the flowers grow ever brighter where he trods.
Oh, it's probably the original.
Didn't happen.
It could be like, how bad could the guy be if he loves horses?
I guess just
Quite
because
bad.
Just because you described touching the crypt to read the things, clinging with your adorable little bat claws. The door to the crypt is warm to the bat touch.
Oh, cool. Not cool.
No.
Warm.
Warm.
The opposite.
Yeah.
Batavor's going to do.
Doesn't Bucephalus have
Flames?
fire hooves?
Yeah.
Yes, maybe this is just like his stall.
Oh, this is his house.
Oh, his house instead of his death.
We didn't see a stables.
Elevor's going to do Batavor's going to do one last thing. Because there are only 2 portcullis areas that are different from then he only needs to look at one. So he's going to try to look for a plaque or something on this bottom one. Again, while still being in the air, just to see if
How
there's...
narrow is the portcullis? Like how close together are those bars? Because if you're a bat, you could just land into like
fly through.
fly or...
First, I'll check if there's a plaque on the outside.
Sure.
If there's not, then I'll consider that.
There does not seem to be a plaque on the outside. I think probably any plaques might be closer to the actual graves. I would say the portcullis is accommodates one small bat.
Small cute bat.
Yeah, you specified an adorable bat. I mean, that seems like
Fern Gully bat.
Yeah. Do you want to poke your little bat head through the portcullis?
Yes.
I guess. Wait, can I do a vibe check?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Please do
Insight?
a vibe check. It's not insight because it's not a person. You can roll wisdom or perception or something.
Let's do wisdom, just a straight up wisdom roll. Oh,
right.
Oliver's not feeling very wise right now.
Don't you have an advantage on wisdom?
Yeah.
That's right.
Is it checks
it's
or
just
saving
saving
throws?
You know
saving.
what? Also for vibes. It works for vibes.
Okay, great.
I mean, a vibe check is a saving throw of a type.
23.
Preemptive.
Batavor, I have news for you. The news is the vibes are bad.
Good.
From where
worse, because the vibes everywhere here are bad.
The vibes are real bad here, and they seem to be getting worse. From where you perch in your little bat form, you can see beyond the portcullis that there are black marble steps descending to a dark tomb. It looks like there's a big ceiling, and the essence of evil permeates the very air.
Okay.
It's probably not what we're looking for.
Cool.
I can continue to read, but I feel like you're good. You're good.
No.
Yeah.
Batavor flaps back.
You gonna do a vibe check on the north one?
No, I think. Well, you know what? Real quick, let's try it.
All right.
You see him like he's down there, and then you just suddenly see him just flashing back to the other side, and we'll just do a quick vibe check.
Yep.
If we can, a 22.
All right. The vibes here are different. Looking beyond the portcullis, Batavor, you see that there are white marble steps descending into a tomb. It feels still. There's something kind of calm here. Is it a soothing calm or simply the calm before the storm? Unclear.
Ooh.
But it is a different vibe than
Wonder if that's the brother.
Yeah, so Batavor flies back and then unbat and turns back into Elevor, and he says, okay, so I did a little vibe check while we were looking around, and I'm getting we should not go into the southern hall. It seems like in the same way that mom and dad are ahead of us, that brothers are sort of north and south, and, south, down, not great, north, up, maybe good. We've got white marble stairs versus dark, scary, creepy stairs. I'm feeling like the brothers' resting place is to the north, which leads me to believe that that's where we're going to find our enemy.
But isn't the point that we're looking for the bad, evil guy?
Well, but I think we're finding
he's with
him
his brother,
with
isn't he?
his brother.
Well, is
right?
with his brother mean in the crypts, or does it mean like sleeping next to the guy? That's unclear. Yeah, we can check. We can check the top one first.
Talk to his brother, or at least see what's happening.
Yes.
There.
North first, because if Strahd is there, then yay.
Then your oil, your sharpened oil.
Yeah, exactly. If Strahd's not there, then if we checked south first and Strahd was not there, we would just be walking into his terribly cursed and trapped pre-tomb area, and
it could hurt us
and not actually.
It's worth ruling out.
Yes, the brother.
All right.
Okay, I think we're going to the north.
So chomp, chomp, chomp.
So
Trump,
I'll mention that Batavor did not bother reading all the names on crypts. If you'd like me to read names on crypts, simply put your token next to one of the doors to a crypt, and I will read you text. That is a service I offer here as a dungeon master holding a book.
I really only care if it says Piddlewick. So
Yeah, I just want to go to the north, to be
All
honest.
right. I will tell you whether things say Piddlewick or not. Crucible drags
All right.
his token across the whole map.
Zoom.
I'm checking
Zoom.
that one real quick as I go.
That one, do you want me to tell you what it says or just that it's not Piddlewick?
Just that it's not Piddlewick.
It's not Piddlewick.
Okay.
What
Broldish
about
don't
these
care.
two? Are either of these a Piddlewick?
Lena, neither of those is a Piddlewick.
What about this one?
Oh, hey, guess what? The one right near where
This
Vasilka
one. Yes, that's where
happens to
Broldish is
be
going. Mhm.
is it does happen to say Piddlewick hyphen
Whoa.
Fool of Dorfinia.
What was
say-
that?
It says hyphen Fool of Dorfnia. I don't know. It did not come with a pronunciation guide, so I apologize if that's not correct.
To whom?
Hey, Elevor.
Yes?
Local Barovians?
Don't know if you care, like right now, if we want to just super quick take a peek at Piddlewick's grave. I could move this.
You found the tomb?
I could move this slab out of the way, toot sweet, and you could check it out.
Let's give it a go.
I'm gonna just check for traps
Oh,
real
please,
quick.
yes.
That's a
Sure.
16.
The crypt seems untrapped.
Do I need to do a strength check to scooch that out of the
You
way?
do. It's pretty heavy.
All right.
Someone want to help?
I can help. I'm
Yep.
the helper. That's what I do.
Thank you.
Advantage.
Lift
So
with
that
your knees.
is
Just like a
16.
cheerleader.
I think a 16 is not enough. These are heavy doors.
You want me to try?
Yeah, go for it. This time I'll help you.
Hold on, let me
Woohoo.
just remind myself. Nope, 16 is enough. DC 15.
Oh.
Strength check to move the big
Good.
slow
I
stone.
rolled and got a 20, so.
All right. You
We
wasted
loosened
it.
it.
Just use it for the next thing and do something
All
really
right.
good next time.
Inside, and I don't know how you did pass by an open crypt marked for Irina Kolyana. So each crypt is just like a little square room, and inside this one there is there is a slab, and the slab for this crypt is probably shorter than normal. It's only 4 feet long, and there is a small skeleton wearing the remains of a fool's costume. Lying atop the marble slab in the center of the crypt.
I say a prayer under my breath. I do not enter. I look to Elevor and say, you are the one that was given permission for this. So I think that you should be the one to see what treasure Piddlewick bequeathed upon you.
Yeah, I think Elevor will say a small prayer to Angharad, and will use Druidcraft to sort of let up a puff of juniper into the air to kind of cleanse the space. And then he walks in with his, because he's a very tall guy, he kind of walks in with a bit of a humble air to him as he approaches the tomb area. And he, I guess I'll say out loud, Piddlewick, my friend, it was such a pleasure to meet you in the afterlife, and I hope that your soul will soon find rest. I thank you for any gift you might bestow upon me and my party, and I hope that it can help us to vanquish the great evil that has been here for far too long.
Everybody hears just like a really faint, like it's far away, just like jingling of bells. And then Elevor, was it there already, or did you just notice it, or did it just appear? But there's a small wooden box next to the skeleton on the slab.
I think he's going to reach out for the wooden box, not open it though. And he turns around and he sort of gives like a sort of look as he kind of holds it away from himself towards Lena. Like, Lena, can you please check this? And he hopes that Lena will check for traps.
It's got a
You're gonna bring
very
it out,
small
then.
revenant in it.
Tiny revenant.
Teeny revenant.
Little bat revenant.
We have to just keep squishing it with our heel every time.
The box has not exploded in your hands yet.
Okay. And
So you're
Lena,
gonna bring it out to Lena?
Yeah, I hand it over to Lena.
All right, Jane. Elevor has handed Lena the small wooden box. It's small.
To check it for traps.
It's kind of flat. It's not very heavy. It's less than a pound. Yeah.
So she kind of turns it over in her hands, feels all of the seams to see if there are any mechanical traps or catches.
No, just a simple wooden lid.
Is it locked?
It's not. It doesn't even have a locking mechanism on it.
Okay, she hands it back and gives him a solemn nod.
This is classic box.
He undoes the latches, breathes, and then opens it up.
All right. It looks like inside the box is basically kind of like a deck of ornate cards. And this is one of those things where you give a player a powerful object and you're like, will this be used for good or evil? This is different. This is different. This is not like that time.
I don't know what's happening right now, but everybody's reacting, so this is scary.
There are a few different card artifacts. Most of them are not good. I mean, they're good, but they're also bad.
This one's not that.
In Elevor's hands.
Okay.
This is
chaotic. Let's put it that way.
I guess roll Arcana, Elevor, to determine what this is, because you have a sense that it must be magical. There must be magic in this old box.
Because everyone around you is cackling.
Yeah.
And going, oh.
I only got a 10, so he's not getting
if you got 11 minutes, I can cast Identify as a ritual.
We don't have 11 minutes because we got to use that.
If you've got 1 minute, I can burn a spell slot and cast Identify as a spell.
I think this is worth it.
Or maybe somebody else recognizes it.
Yeah, can anyone else
roll? But
I don't think any of you would recognize this from your just everyday life.
Just
right. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna cast Identify.
All right.
Yeah.
Crucible, you wave your hands over it and you identify this. This is a wondrous item. This is a deck of illusions.
That's
I've
fun.
had one of those.
This is
cool.
This is a unusual in that you perhaps Crucible, you've read about that many people find incomplete decks of illusions. This appears to be a mint condition, intact deck of illusions.
That does not happen.
Yeah. The way a deck of illusion works is that it's basically it corresponds to a physical deck of cards. It's a deck of parchment cards. You draw a card at random, and each card will form a different illusory creature based on what is depicted on the card. So, for example, if you went through your deck of cards and pulled out the 10 of hearts would be a cloud giant. The ace of spades would be a lich.
They're pretty wild. Some of them get really strange.
Nine of clubs is an ogre. The 2 of clubs, but a simple kobold, and so on. It's an interesting object to have that will surely only be used for good and may not be in any way relevant to your upcoming struggle with Strahd von Zarovich. But I'm sure, just like when somebody got a bag of magic beans, it influenced adventures for levels to come.
Wow.
You ever played 52 pickup with a deck of illusions? It's a real mess.
I think Dan may have been hesitating because in another game I gave him a deck of many things, which is
that's the bad one.
Yeah, it's a lot more of a instrument of chaos and
very
badness.
chaotic, yes.
Yeah, so deck of illusions, good times for everybody.
Wow.
It's a Pokedex.
All right.
Yeah, it is
On we
kind
go.
of a Pokedex. All right.
Cool.
Well, you happen
This
to
is
pass.
amazing.
You happen
Thanks,
to pass by
Piddlewick.
Piddlewick's grave. I don't know if
It was
you want.
so worth it.
Yeah, no, it rules.
Maybe.
And
Yep.
the like quest log line just grayed out.
Nice.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
We did it.
Sweet.
That Erica UI is always, at work.
So I've got basically 34 instances of this.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Mm-hmm.
This could be fun. Okay. Cool. Well, Elevor, now that why can't I think now that Crucible has sort of informed him of what's going on, he is flabbergasted and beside himself. Even in his long years, has never heard of anything this awesome to him, especially. He's just like,
This is
oh,
so perfect.
you see the glow and the glitter in his eyes. And he, sort of, you don't hear what he says, but he whispers a small thing in the tomb. And then moves out of the tomb, and once again, the smell of juniper kind of fills the air as a way to continue to dispel the bad energy that might be around.
And also, we put the slab back.
Good.
Yep.
Maybe
So-
all these crypts have awesome things inside them. You should check them all.
They sure
No.
might.
After we're done, we will.
What did
All right,
Elevor,
yes, I
what did
go
Elevor
back.
leave himself in his own tomb? Let's go investigate.
Yeah.
Oh, golly.
I like how you only
No
checked
looking.
the tomb that you were invited to open because
Yes.
the
Otherwise,
twist is they're vampires, and Strahd von Zarovich is just a guy who lives in his house, and they keep harassing him.
Poor guy.
Sure.
All right, where to next, adventurers?
North.
North, through the stairs. Oh, wait.
There's a portcullis blocking the stairs. To,
Is there any obvious mechanism for raising it on this side?
Can we
there
just
is
lift
not
it?
Can I
any
lift it?
obvious mechanism.
Is there any not obvious mechanism? 28.
Ding, ding, ding with a 28, surely.
Looking around, Lena, you feel confident that there must be an obvious mechanism on the other side of the portcullis. But the downside of portculli is that they can be lifted by strong characters.
I'm going to give it a shot if someone wants to give me
Hey,
a
friend.
hand.
I will help.
All right.
Heck yeah.
That is a hot 19.
Nice.
All right. Your servos strain, and it moves a little bit, and then clanks back down into place. It's a heavy portcullis.
Brolish, you want to
What
get
I assume my
Will our
strength is the
adventure
same
end
as yours.
here if they can't get to 25 on a strength check? Let's find out right now on Total Party Kill.
What's your strength?
I
Brolish?
can't. Mine's plus
Mine's
4.
plus
I can't get to a
3.
25.
I don't know how we're going to do that
Mhm.
one. Let me see. Hold on one second.
How
Wait,
many more
but
wild
a
shapes do
natural
you
20
have?
would also work, right?
No, natural
Or-
20
yeah,
only
yeah.
is
No.
on a hit.
So
Oh,
how
on
many
hit,
more
yeah.
times can you wild shape? Because this is canonically
See,
small enough that a bat can
Right,
get through.
and that's why I'm annoyed almost that I went back into Elevor form because I only have
you had
one.
information.
How many
to-
hit points do we think the portcullis has if I say decided to like melt
just
it?
start hacking at it.
Well, I was going to melt it.
Oh,
What if we all hack at it?
But I can use a heat metal spell
can
that will
melt
just
Oh, sorry, you keep saying that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I imagine you could just run your heat metal along the top and just cut like a hole in it.
yeah, like
so
do
that
I
you
Yeah.
can I do one of those things where like I
Can
flick
we-
a finger and my
No.
finger's like a torch?
Yes.
Yes.
Dan.
And we
Yes, you
catch
can
the
lightsaber. You can lightsaber.
It's not
it
like
as a-
it's just like
yeah.
a little acetylene torch. Like
Okay.
We
Oh,
nobody
we
here
catch
has
the grate so it doesn't like
Oh.
clank or anything.
yeah.
Okay.
Nobody has mage hands, so we can't just like reach through and do the thing, right?
Oh,
Just making
no.
sure.
And that's
We're-
only 5 pounds of pressure too.
I can make an illusory thing that serves no purpose other than to be cool.
well, I'm burning through spell slots, but I can do it.
unless Danu could go through and pull on it.
That is okay. Let me
Octopi
check
can
because
squeeze through small spaces. I
They
think.
Oh yeah,
can,
there's no
but
reason they couldn't
How
fit.
how
As
far
a
can he travel out of water?
as a fae,
It's speed of 30, I think.
I need to make sure that they can still do that.
Just
Let me see.
if he dries out in a catacomb, that is not a way to go.
So
Can you
they
re-summon
can be out of
Pony
water
on
for
the other
30
side?
minutes. They can be out of water for 30
Oh.
minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so actually you
I just don't want crucible burning spell slots that
I
might be.
agree. You hear a
useful.
squelching sound from Elevor's backpack, and you see a little purple tentacle kind of come out, and it almost like looks around as if it can see, and then Elevor goes, "Oh, right, Danu," and reaches back, and you just see the tentacle reach onto the arm and sort of squelch onto the arm. And then I know I'm making Danu sound gross instead of cool, but they're very cool. As it comes down, as Danu comes down onto Elevor's arm onto the green, then the octopus shifts to this beautiful green color and looks like Elevor's clothing. And then he puts it on the ground and it turns into the stone. And as it's moving along, its colors are shifting as it it squeezes its way through the portcullis and starts to look around for where the mechanism might be.
I mean,
All
Lena,
right.
did Lena find it? Like did she see it on the other side?
No, it's
Oh,
not
okay. She just
visible,
figured-
but
Oh, okay.
just past the portcullis, there's a set of stairs. They're marble stairs descending down into a very quiet tomb. And just around the corner, there's an iron lever sticking out of the wall.
Okay.
Should I just
How strong?
Does Danu just take in the whole crypt?
Yes.
And Elevor can look through Danu's eyes, right?
Elevor
This is
can
a
look through
familiar.
Danu's
Warg.
eyes.
Sure.
Yeah. Do you?
Yes, I do, because that
All right.
sounds like a great way to end this episode.
All right. Well, Danu kind of easily slides down the white marble steps that descend into this tomb. Like the others that you saw, it's got a huge vaulted ceiling 30 feet overhead. This tomb, the vibes, there's a stillness, a calm amidst the storm is felt here. In the center of the tomb is a white marble slab supporting an intricately inlaid coffin. Chiseled into the slab is a name, Sergei von Zarovich. To the north, behind the coffin, are 3 alcoves. A beautifully carved statue stands in each alcove, a stunning young man flanked by 2 angels. So, 2 angel statues, 1 young man, looking as polished and new as the day each was placed there. And kneeling next to the coffin, looking perhaps full of grief, is Strahd von Zarovich, Lord of Castle Ravenloft, who has not yet noticed the quiet little octopus squirming down the stairs.
It's a mimic
looking
octopus.
for
You
the
all
lever.
Should we go home?
Elevor gasp. You all in the group here, Elevor gasp as Danu's eyes lock with, or not lock with Strahd, but see Strahd, because Strahd's eyes do not lock.
Strahd's looking down. He seems to be kind of kneeling deep in thought, looking at the coffin of his entombed brother, Sergei von Zarovich. Will our adventurers make their way into the tomb and fight Strahd von Zarovich? Will Strahd eat Danu before they have a chance? Will they have to do more strength checks to never open this portcullis? Are we at the end or just the beginning of the end? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.
The Incomparable Podcast Network. Become a member and support this show today. theincomparable.com/members